twin moons we sing our song, where the jungle magic plays all night long.
Hi, Super Friends! Today, we're going to learn about a very special skill, a real superpower. You already know how to feel your own feelings, right? Sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you feel sad, and sometimes you might even feel a little mad. Empathy is when you can feel what someone else is feeling. It's like magic. You get to see the world from their heart. If your friend is excited about a new toy, you might feel a little bounce in your step, too. And if your friend is having a tough day, you feel quiet inside and ready to help. Let's see how our empathy superpower works. What is disappointment? It's that heavy, droopy feeling you get when something you hoped for doesn't happen. Look at Leo. Leo is digging all around under the couch. Oh no, he can't find his favorite red super ball. A little thought bubble pops up next to his head with a picture of the missing ball and a very sad face. Leo is disappointed and he feels like he might cry. Now's the time to use your empathy superpower. Think for a moment. How would you feel if your favorite toy was missing? You would probably feel worried and a little bit sad, too. That's it. That is seeing with your heart. Now that you understand how he feels, you know he needs some comfort. So, what can you say? You can go closer and gently put a hand on his shoulder. You can say, "That's a bummer, Leo. I'm sorry your ball is gone." You can even ask, "Do you want to play with my blue car instead?" You showed that you cared about his feelings, and that's more important than finding the toy. Well done. Look, Leo is looking up and giving a small, grateful smile. What is frustration? It's that tight, grumpy feeling you get when you try really, really hard to do something, but it just won't work. Our superpower helps with tough feelings like this. Look over here at Mia. She is building a very tall tower with her blocks. She's carefully trying to place the very last block on top. But then, crash! The tower falls all over the floor. Mia stumps her foot. She is frustrated. Use your heart. You know how hard it is when things don't work out the way you want. Now, it's important not to laugh or say, "You did it wrong." That would only make her feel worse. Instead, you can say, "Wow, building that is really hard. I can help hold the bottom block if you want to try again." Just by offering to help, you helped her feel calm. That is empathy. Now look, Mia is smiling and trying again with her friend's help. Now, let's look at David. He's hiding behind his mom's leg. It's his first day at a new playground, and he feels shy and nervous. You can see a little thought bubble showing his heart beating fast. Use your heart. Can you remember a time when you were new somewhere? It can feel a little scary. The best thing to do is walk up with a soft, gentle voice. Don't rush him. You can say, "Hi, David. Welcome. We're playing a fun game. Do you want to watch for a little bit?" When David feels ready, he'll join in. You gave him space and kindness, and that's exactly what he needed. You made a new friend feel welcome and safe. See, he's relaxing and even smiling a little. Now he's slowly walking over to the other kids. Empathy helps everyone feel like they belong. Being kind is something you can do every single day. Empathy is a practice, which means the more you do it, the better you get at it. When you see a friend, look at their face and ask yourself a quiet question. What feeling is inside their heart right now? Listen with your whole body or eyes and your ears to understand what they might need from a friend. This superpower lets you choose words that are always helpful and kind. Like "I understand," or "Tell me more," or "I can help." Using empathy makes the world a brighter, friendlier place for everyone. A warm, glowing light expands from everyone's hearts, filling the world with color. You are a super kind, super empathetic kid. Go out there and use your power. Thanks for watching with me today. Super kind kids. Don't forget to ask a grown-up to follow for more adventures. Goodbye.
Under the twin moons we sing our song, where the jungle magic plays all night long.
Hello, friends. We have a secret to share. You have a superpower. It's called empathy. If your friend is happy, you feel happy too. If your friend is sad, you feel a little sad. Let's practice our superpower. Look at Timmy. Timmy is sitting down. His tall sandcastle broke. Timmy is crying. He feels very, very sad. Use your empathy superpower now. That's empathy. Now you know how he feels. What can you do? You can go closer to Timmy. You can give Timmy a gentle hug. You can say, "It's okay, Timmy. Let's build a new castle." You made him feel better. Great job. Empathy is for all feelings. Look at Sarah. Sarah is running fast. She won the fun race. Sarah is happy and proud. Use your superpower. Feel her happy feeling. You would be proud if you won too. Cheer for Sarah. Say, "Wow, you are so fast." Now look at Max. Max bumped his knee. His knee hurts a lot. He needs help. Use your heart. Imagine the bump. You know how pain feels. You can be gentle. Ask Max, "Are you okay? Do you need a bandage?" You showed you care. That is the best part of empathy. Empathy is a practice. You do it every day. When you see a friend, look at their face. When you talk, listen with your whole body. It helps you choose kind words. It helps you choose good actions. Being empathetic makes your friends feel safe. It makes you feel good and warm too. Remember your superpower. Use empathy today. Goodbye, super kind kids.
Under the twin moons we sing our song, where the jungle magic plays all night long.
Hello, little friends. It's a beautiful sunny day, and look who's here. This is Cappy. Cappy is a wonderful, wonderful capybara. Isn't he lovely? Cappy is always very calm and very friendly. He loves sitting in the warm sunshine and smiling. Oh, who's this? This is our friend Lily. Lily is playing with her colorful blocks. Look, she's building a tall, tall tower. 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. Wow, it's getting so high. But, oh dear. The very last block is just a little too high for her to reach. Lily looks a little bit sad. She really wants to finish her amazing tower. But wait, Cappy sees that Lily needs a little help. Cappy always wants to help his friends. He slowly and gently walks over to Lily. He sits right next to her and looks at the wobbly block. Cappy is a very helpful friend. He gives the tower a tiny, gentle nudge with his nose, making it steady and strong. Now, for the last block. Cappy has a little sparkle. Pop! With a little bit of magic, he helps Lily lift the block just high enough. It's not too high anymore. Yay! Lily puts the last block right on top. The tower is finished. Hooray! Lily is so happy and so proud. She gives Cappy a gentle pat on his head to say thank you. Cappy feels happy too because he helped his friend. Now, Lily is playing with her favorite red ball. It bounces and bounces. And oh no, it rolled under the big, comfy chair. Lily tries to reach it, but her arms are just a little too short. She feels a tiny bit frustrated. What will she do? Here comes our helper, Cappy. He sees the ball hiding under the chair. Cappy is very good at finding things. He calmly lies down on the floor and gently pushes the ball out with his nose. There it is. The red ball rolls right back to Lily. Lily giggles and picks up her ball. "Thank you, Cappy," she says, giving him a big warm hug. Cappy snuggles close. It feels so nice to have a kind friend. Sometimes we all need a little help. Maybe we can't reach something, or maybe we just feel a little bit sad and need a snuggle. Cappy knows that it's okay to need help. He is always near when you need a friend. He is always there to share a quiet moment or help you solve a small problem. Cappy is a kind friend, and being a kind friend is the best thing you can be. Look at them now, sitting together under the big, shady tree. Lily is reading a story to Cappy, and Cappy is listening very carefully. They are both so calm and happy. Good job, Cappy. Good job, Lily. And good job to you too, for being such a wonderful friend. Remember to always be kind and helpful, just like Cappy. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more adventures with Cappy.
Under the twin moons we sing our song, where the jungle magic plays all night long.
In every kid's room, a secret world comes alive when the lights go out. A world of heroes, villains, and epic adventures. In this room, belonging to a young boy named Leo, the heroes were small, green, and made of plastic. They were Squad 101, the bravest soldiers in the toy box. But a new, unseen enemy was threatening their home, an enemy that made your skin crawl. Literally mites. Captain Rex, leader of Squad 101, stood on the highest peak of a Lego castle, his plastic binoculars trained on the fuzzy terrain of the bedroom carpet. They're everywhere, he muttered, his voice a low, serious rasp. The Dust Dominion is expanding. They've taken the Rock Ravine and are pushing towards Bookshelf Mountain. His second-in-command, Sergeant Stone, a stoic figure with a molded-on grimace, nodded gravely. The civilians are getting itchy, sir. Barbie reported a full-scale infestation in the dream house. Ken's favorite suit is ruined. Rex knew this was more than just a nuisance. Mites were making Leo sneeze and cough. They were a threat to the entire ecosystem of the room and, more importantly, to their boy. This ends now, Rex declared. Send out the summons. We're calling a council of war. Every toy in this room is now a soldier. The summons, carried by a wind-up mouse, scurried across the floor. Soon, the war room, a large, overturned Monopoly box, was filled with the most unlikely of allies. Barbie, in her tactical pink jumpsuit, represented the high society dolls. That gruff, one-eyed teddy bear named General Fluffington, a veteran of countless Tea Party skirmishes, spoke for the Plush Battalion. A sleek, silver race car, codenamed Silver Streak, was the head of the wheeled cavalry, and from the shadows emerged a ninja action figure, Silent Shadow, representing the elite stealth forces. Captain Rex unrolled a crayon-drawn map of the bedroom. Listen up, everyone. Leo and his family are leaving for a 3-day vacation tomorrow morning. That's our window. Operation Clean Sweep will commence the moment their car leaves the driveway. He pointed a plastic finger at the map. Intel gathered by the spiders in the attic suggests the Mite Queen's nest is located deep within the softest, darkest place in this room, the beanbag chair. A murmur went through the crowd. The beanbag chair was a treacherous place, a shifting landscape of foam pellets. General Fluffington rumbled, "That's a suicide mission, Rex. My plushies will sink like stones in that foam sea." "Not if we have your support," Rex countered, gesturing to a brightly colored kite leaning against the wall. "The kite, the albatross, will be our bomber. We'll load it with the most powerful weapon we have." He held up a small, shimmering object. It was a tiny sliver of lavender-scented soap pilfered from the bathroom. To us, it's just a pleasant smell. To the mites, it's a weapon of mass disruption. It overwhelms their senses, confuses them. The plan was audacious. Phase 1, the wheeled cavalry led by Silver Streak would create a diversion. They would race around the perimeter of the rug, kicking up dust and luring the bulk of the Mite forces away from the primary target. Phase 2, General Fluffington's Plush Battalion would establish a beachhead at the base of the beanbag chair, using their soft bodies to absorb the initial Mite counterattack. Phase 3, this is where Squad 101 came in. They would climb the beanbag chair, accompanied by Silent Shadow's ninjas, to plant the lavender bomb at the peak, directly above the Queen's nest. The morning came. The house fell silent as Leo's family departed. A sunbeam cut through the window, illuminating the dust particles dancing in the air, each one a potential enemy transport. "It's time," Rex announced over the walkie-talkie network. "All units, move out for Leo." The battle began. Silver Streak and his squadron of Hot Wheels cars screeched across the carpet, engines roaring with imaginary fury. A cloud of dust rose, and from within it, swarms of microscopic mites charged forward. It was a chaotic, swirling melee. From their perch on the dresser, the Plush Battalion rappelled down using threads pulled from a stray sock. They landed with soft thuds, forming a furry wall of defiance. "Hold the line," bellowed General Fluffington, swatting at the unseen enemy with a detached button eye. Meanwhile, Captain Rex and Squad 101 began their ascent up the vast red mountain of the beanbag chair. It was harder than they imagined. The fabric was slippery, and with every movement, the foam pellets inside shifted, creating miniature avalanches. Use the seams as handholds, Rex yelled, pulling a soldier back from the brink. Silent Shadow and his ninjas moved with an eerie grace, their grappling hooks made from paper clips and dental floss finding purchase in the fabric. They were halfway to the summit when the mites retaliated. From tiny crevices in the fabric, might shock troops emerged, swarming over the brave plastic soldiers. They were relentless. A soldier named Greenhorn slipped, tumbling down the red slope, lost to the foam sea below. Keep moving, Rex ordered, his plastic heart aching. They were soldiers. This was the cost of war. As they neared the peak, a terrifying sight met their eyes. The Mite Queen, a monstrous on a microscopic scale creature, emerged from the depths, her legion of royal guards surrounding her. Counterattack was overwhelming. "We're pinned down," Sergeant Stone shouted, his toy rifle useless against the sheer numbers. Just then, a shadow fell over them. "Air support is on station," a cheerful voice crackled over the radio. It was Barbie, piloting the albatross kite, which was being towed into position by a ceiling fan set to low. "Bombs away," she cried. A cascade of lavender soap shavings rained down. The effect was immediate. The mites scattered in confusion, their organized assault falling into chaos. Queen shrieked, a high-pitched frequency only the toys could hear, and retreated into the beanbag. "Now's our chance, forward," Rex roared. They charged the final distance to the summit. With a final heroic push, they planted the main lavender soap bomb deep into the seam at the very top. They rappelled down just as the scent fully permeated the beanbag's core. First day ended with a major victory, but the war was far from over. That night, reinforcements arrived for the mites. A new wave surged from under the baseboards, summoned by the Queen. They were bigger, faster, and seemed resistant to the lavender. The second day was a brutal slog. The toys were pushed back from the beanbag, forced to retreat to the fortress of the Lego castle. General Fluffington suffered a tear in his arm, which was quickly stitched up by Barbie with a needle and thread. The toys were exhausted, their morale low. "There are too many wrecks," Sergeant Stone said, looking out at the shimmering sea of mites covering the floor. "We can't win." Rex looked at a photo on Leo's nightstand, a smiling picture of the boy hugging General Fluffington. "We can't lose," he replied. "We just need a new strategy. We've been fighting their war. It's time they fought ours." He gathered the leaders again. "The mites are creatures of darkness and dust, so we'll give them the opposite." Plan for the final day was called Operation Sunbeam. It was desperate. Using a series of strategically placed hand mirrors from Barbie S. Dreamhouse and a magnifying glass from Leo S. Science Kit, they would channel the morning sun into a focused beam of light. Their target, the dark, damp space under the bed, the mite's secondary headquarters. As the sun rose on the third day, every toy was in position. Rex stood on the windowsill directing the operation. Mirror Team 1, adjust the degrees to the left. Magnifier Team, hold steady. Brilliant beam of light shot across the room, striking the dark abyss under the bed. A frenzy of activity erupted. The mites, creatures of shadow, couldn't stand the intense light and heat. They fled in a panic, pouring out from under the bed and heading for the only escape they could find, the open window. One by one, the mite armies were routed by the focused sunlight. They fled the rug, abandoned the bookshelf, and evacuated the dream house. By the time the sun was high in the sky, the last of the mite invaders had vanished from the room. A cheer went up from the exhausted toys. They had done it. When Leo's family returned home that evening, his mom walked into his room and took a deep breath. "Wow," she said, "it feels so fresh in here." Leo, none the wiser, flopped onto his bed, grabbing Captain Rex from his nightstand. "You're the best, Captain," he said, before setting up his soldiers for another imaginary battle. Captain Rex stood at attention, his plastic face unmoving. He and Squad 101 had fought a real war in the last 3 days. They had lost comrades and faced impossible odds. But looking at the happy, healthy boy they had sworn to protect, they knew it was all worth it. In the quiet world of toys, the greatest victory is the one that is never seen. The room was safe, the boy was safe, and Squad 101 stood ready, forever vigilant.
Under the twin moons we sing our song, where the jungle